In video 2, we are going to apply the rule when fractions have the same denominator, the fraction with the larger numerator is greater. This is the most efficient strategy when comparing two fractions with the same denominator. Okay, in our first example, we are comparing 2/6 to 1/6. They both have the same denominator, so when I go to compare these, I can choose the fraction with the larger numerator. To illustrate that, I have first 2/6 and then 1/6. I can see that 2/6 is closer to being a whole than 1/6 is, so 2/6 is the greater fraction. I can also show that on a number line. Here is 2/6. Here is 1/6. 2/6 is closer to 1 than 1/6, so 2/6 is greater than 1/6. In the second example, I am going to compare 5/12 to 7/12, and because they have the same denominator, I should be able to use the rule that the fraction with the larger numerator is the larger fraction. So first, let's look at 5/12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to put 7/12 down. And I can see that 7/12 is closer to a whole, so that is the larger fraction. I can also show this on the number line. Here is 5/12 on the number line. Here is 7/12 on the number line. 7/12 is closer to 1 whole, so 7/12 is greater than 5/12. In this example, we will see that 3/5 and 4/8 cannot be compared using this rule. Here is 3/5. And here is 4/8. So our rule says that when comparing fractions with the same denominator, you can pick the fraction with the bigger numerator. However, because these do not have the same denominator, we can see that even though 4 is more than 3, it is not the bigger fraction. I can also show that on the number line. Here is 3/5 on the number line, and here is 4/8 on the number line. Even though 4 is greater than 3, this fraction, 3/5, is greater than 4/8, so the rule does not apply. In this example, I will compare 4/10 and 2/10. They have the same denominator, so the fraction with the larger numerator should be the larger fraction. Let's see if it holds true. There is 4/10, and here is 2/10. 4/10 is more than 2/10. That is the bigger fraction. I can also show this on the number line. Here is 4/10, and here is 2/10. 4/10 is closer to 1 whole, so 4/10 is greater than 2/10. The most efficient way to compare two fractions with the same denominator is to compare the numerators. The fraction with the larger numerator is greater.